Hello. We are building this. We are building an end-to-end project for the AgriLink Kenya. So AgriLink Kenya is a company. So we're building this end-to-end agribusiness analytics. So we are using Power BI, and so we are starting from first understanding how the AgriLink Kenya company operates. So actually, the AgriLink company, it normally sells produce from small holders farmers, and it buys the produce from 150 smallholders farmers, and it has 8 growing stations, 6 regional warehouses, and 8 crop line. So this is just basically the overview of the company, the AgriLink company. So try to understand the company snapshot. So AgriLink Kenya is a fresh produce aggregator. So it buys crops such as tomatoes, maize, avocado, French beans, potatoes, mangoes, cabbage, and bananas from small holders farmers across 8 growing regions, and store them into 6 regional warehouses and resell them to retailers, wholesalers, and exporters and processors. So it buys the produce from 150 farmers, and across 8 regions. So for this case, we are using Kenya. So this basically around 8 counties. So and it has 6 regional warehouses. So it has 6 regional warehouses where it store all these products once they buy the products from the farmers. And also it has 4 buyer types: the retailers, wholesaler, exporters, and processors. So this is basically the problem running on disconnected spreadsheet, where the company has different departments. It has procurement, it has warehouse, and it has sales. Let's say categories. So these categories, they have their own data. So you see, there's disconnected data among the company. So procurement, warehouse, and sales team each keep their own records with no shared view across the business. So this one lead to no shared source of truth, means problem compounds silently, and they until they show up as a lost revenue. Since they don't have a shared source of truth, so that means this one will eventually compound into a problem, which can be a loss of revenue. So let's try to understand some of these problems. So one of the problem is post-harvest loss is invisible, perishable stock in ambient warehouses before any time notices, wastage trend by location or crop go undetected in real time. By the time the monthly report is compiled, the loss has already happened again in the next week, and there's no early warning signal for a spoilage problem that is fundamentally sensitive. And then we have problem number 2. So problem number 2 is where the farmer payment and pricing are not consistent. Since there's no single view of which farmer and region perform best. So basically here is basically the company cannot, for example, track the farmers performance. So without a consolidated view of yield per acre and quality by farmer and region, procurement can't negotiate or plan purchasing intelligently. And the payment also delays go untracked entirely, risk to farmer trust and future supply reliability. So this is one of the second problem, farmer payment and pricing inconsistent. And then we have a third problem here, which is profitability is invisible by crop or buyer. So those are some of the major problems. The one for the post-harvest loss invisible, the farmer payment and pricing inconsistent, and profitability is invisible by crop or buyers. So we shall going to solve this problem with an help of data sets. So we have around 12 data sets where we have dimensional table, and here we have facts table. So dimensional table, these are tables that they contain data that is descriptive in nature. So for example, dime date. Dime date is a dimensional table that is containing data specifically for dates, for specifically for dates. And then here we have region. Region, it's basically a table that contain details about the region. And then you have crop. This one contains the crop. The table, it's a table containing the crop details. And then we have dime quality grade. This one it's something to do with the quality grade. And then data warehouse, dimensional warehouse. So dimensional data warehouse is basically a table that contains the details of the warehouses this company is operating into. And then you have buyers. So these are basically the details of the buyers of these products. Farmers details, table containing the details of like the name of farmers, where they live, the farmer's ID, all those kind of things. And then here we have farm, the farms where they do the farming. So these are the details of the about the farms. And here we have facts table. So facts table, these are the table that they contain real-time events or transaction. So we have facts crop yield. So this one, it contains the harvest events. And then here we have fact procurement. So this one contains the farmer purchase transaction. And then we have inventory. This one contains the monthly stock movement per warehouse stock crop. And then we have sales. So this one contains the sales order to buyers and so on. So these are basically the data set that we're going to use to, to solve these three problems: the post-harvest, the farmer payment inconsistent, and the profitability not visible by. So the aim of the project is to build a Power BI solution that gives operation and leadership a single source of truth across the supply chain from farm to buyers. So basically, we shall going to pull all this data into a single place. So for this one, we shall going to use Power BI. So we shall going to pull all this data into a Power BI and start building the dashboard. And from the dashboard we can get insights, and from the insights we can get recommendation. So after building the Power BI solution, so these are three main goal of the project. So the first one is cut wastage, and then the second one is track farmers. We are basically tracking the farmers' performance. Here we are cutting the wastage. We are catching the post-harvest loss trend before they repeat. And then here we see the true margin, understand the profitability by crop, by region, by buyer, and so forth. So this is basically the overview of how we shall going to handle our project. So the name of the company, AgriLink Kenya, and we have seen the snapshot. We have seen the problem here. We have seen the source of the problem, where we have different departments, and each and every department has its own data. So this one leading to these three problems: the post-harvest loss being invisible, farmer payment and pricing are inconsistent, and then we have profitability not visible by crop or buyer. And then here we'll have this as our data set, so that we can uh, fulfill the project goals. So I think this one is now okay. So now let's open the Power BI and start using this data. But before that, let's also explore the data set. So the data set, as we've seen, the data set, it contains, I think, 12 data sets. 12 data set from the, yeah, it contains 12 tables. We have the date, region up to, and then the facts table. So in total, these are 12 tables. So let's try to explore all of them. So let's start with the first one, which is the buyers, dime buyers. So this one, as you can see, it contained the total, it contained the details about the buyer. So these are the buyer of the produce. We have the Naivas Supermarket, Carrefour Kenya, Quickmart, Export. So, and the buyer type, retailer and wholesaler, and here we have the region ID. So that's the best table for buyers, and then we have table for crop. I think, yeah, crop, dime crop. So as you can see, it contains the crop that this company is dealing with. So it has crop, like crop name is like tomato, maize, avocados, French beans, Irish potato, and so on. So you can see we have the crop ID, crop name, category, variety, standard yield, shelf life days, and so forth. And then we have another table here for dime date. Dime date is a table specifically for dates, let's say details. And then here we have dime farm. So this one contains the details about the farms. So we have the farm ID, we have the farmer ID, we have the region ID, we have farm size, we have the soil type in each and every farm, we have the irrigation type, and so forth. So it basically contains the details about the individual farm, their soil type, their irrigation type, region where they located, farmer ID, the farmer working in those farms, and so on. And then here we have dime farmer. So this one is contain the farmers, the details of the farmer, like the farmer ID, farmer name, gender, region, years farming, uh, cooperative member, and so on. So, and here we have another dime table, dime quality grade. So we have grade one, we have grade ID, grade name, and we have price multiplier. And then, so this is basically a table containing the grade details. And then here we have region. So this is a table specifically giving us the details about the region this company is working on. And then we have warehouses. So we have 6 warehouses, where one of the warehouses found in Nakuru Collection Center, the other warehouse is found in Cold Store, Meru Aggregation Hub, Eldoret Storage Unit, Nairobi Distribution, Kisumu Regional Store, and then we have the region ID, storage type, capacity, and so forth. And then here we have another, so this one is a facts table now. It contains the transaction of the inventory. And then here we have This one also, it contained transaction in the procurement. It basically contained the transaction, the procurement transaction, or we can call it activities. And here we have sales. This one is contained the sales transaction. And we have crop yield. Crop yield, it also contained the transaction for the crop yield. So this basically the data set, the outlook of the data set. So now we're going to take this data set into Power BI. So this data set, I think it's found for my case. I have a folder. Yes, yeah. So I have this folder, AgriLink Power BI datasets. So that one, so that one, I will I will going to import this folder into Power BI, and then we start building the dashboard. So I think this one is found in. So let's go to Power BI, come to get data, come to more. Mhm. Yeah, and then here you'll come to folder, just type folder, and then you click on connect. You click on connect. Yeah. Yeah, and then here you will browse. So I think it's in quick. Yeah, so I think it's in downloads. It's in downloads. Oh, XPS downloads. So it's called AgriLink. Mm-hmm. AgriLink. Where is it? Let's try it on document. Where is it? Look, let's check it on desktop. Uh, mhm. Oh, mhm. Okay, let's just come to so AgriLink. Yeah, it's in downloads. Yeah. Mm, bu- bu- bu. Okay. Mm, It's in downloads. Pop, 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 pop. It's here, so it's AgriLink Power BI dataset, and then we click on that, and then we click OK. So after this, just bring it to go to transform. Mhm. After this, come to no. Mm, content. Now let's just import them one by one. Yeah, let's just import them. Come to Excel. Let's start with crop yield. Load it. Yeah, click it. And then click load. Yes, so our first table is here. Crop, first crop yield. Let's go to another table. Excel workbook, and then click on open. then tick fact cells here and then click load. Yes, so we have our fact cells table loaded. Come to also Excel workbook. Let's go to procurement, load it. Yeah, tick here and then come to load. Yes, so let's come to Excel workbook, come to inventory, and then come to open. So we are basically loading the data. So currently our data is in Excel. We want we want the data to be in Power BI so that we can use it for the analysis and data visualization. So that's inventory. Inventories, Excel workbook, dimensional warehouse. And then here we have dime loads. Yes, so warehouse. Yeah, warehouse is here. Now let's go to another table. After warehouse is region. Click on it, come to load. So we have region there. Excel workbook again, come to data, quality grade, open. Click on that, click on load. So that was region. Was it region? Yeah, quality grade, sorry. Come to the, now let's import farmer. Then come to load. Yeah, come to load. And then come to Excel workbook, farm, and then so the data set was 12. Click on load, and then come to Excel workbook. Then I think date, and then you click on load, and then you can also Excel. Crop, crop, time, load. Let's crop. Another one. We have buyer, buyer, and then load. So this table was supposed to be 12. So let's count them: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So from our explanation here, from our presentation here, the table was supposed to be 12, where we have 4 facts table and 8 dimensional tables. So one, two, 4. Yeah, so we have 4 facts table and 8 dimensional table. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So after this, you'll come to transform, and then so we want to go to Power Query and do the transformation of our data. So click on transform. Yeah, so here we will confirm the data type. So let's start with the crop yield. So the the yield ID, this that is just okay. The data type is okay. Crop ID, date. Now you see the date here. The data type is not date. No, this is a date key, so it's okay. And then this is a date key, right? Yeah. So I think this one is okay. It's not date, it's date key. So the data type is just okay. And then area, yeah, it's in decimal, as you can see. Here the data type is numeric. And here you see the data type is numeric. So these are different types of data type. We have decimal number, it represented by this 1.2. This is a sign of data type decimal, and then here we have fixed decimal number, and here we have the data type whole number is represented by this 1, 2, and 3, and then here we have percentage. As you can see, there's the sign of percentage, and this is a date plus stroke time. You can see there's something that looks like a calendar, and here we have something that look like a time. So this is the data type for date time, and then here we have calendar. Here we have date, which is represented by something that looks like a calendar. Time, date, time, and zone, duration, text. We have true or false. We have binary answer. So these are basically the data types that are supported by the Power BI. So for crop yield, I think in terms of data type, it's okay. So let's go to the other table. Let's go to sales. Sales ID, this one is okay. Buy ID, this one is okay. Warehouse, crop yield ID. We have the date key is okay. Decimal, yeah, it's okay. And then here we have selling price. This one is in decimal. That's okay. Selling price, decimal, total revenue. This one is okay. Transport cost, that one is okay, it's in decimal. Let's go to procurement. Procurement ID, farm, crop ID. warehouse, and grade ID, date key, quality. So I think that this one are super okay. Yeah, as you can see, it's text data type, and you can see it's text, and then this one is numeric data type, and you can see it's so this that one is okay. Inventory, it's okay. Date key, it's okay. We have opening in decimal, yeah, it's in decimal, stocking in decimal, and then we have for wastage kg, yeah, and so on. Yeah, and then you have the dime warehouse. So dimensional table, now we need to identify the primary key. So for example, the dimensional table warehouse, the primary key of this table is dimensional, I mean warehouse ID. So that means like each and every warehouse, it should be unique. It should have a unique warehouse ID. So for that, you'll just click on the primary key, and then you'll come to right click. Then you'll come to remove duplicates. So this one will automatically remove any duplicates in case it has duplicates. In terms of data type, this one is okay. Text data type, numeric, text, numeric. So in terms of data type, it's okay, and also we've removed the duplicates. Region, so region ID is the primary key here. So we don't expect duplicates in the primary key. So right click and then come to remove duplicates. Remove duplicates, and then if you look at the data type, all of them are okay. Come to grade quality. Grade ID is the primary key. So just right click, remove duplicates, and then data type is okay. Come to dime farmer. Dime farmer, also right click. We remove duplicates in farmer's ID because this is our primary key. So this is only applicable for the dimensional table, not the facts table. We cannot remove duplicates in facts table. The same way we are using we are using primary key to remove the duplicates. So we only apply this, let's say, technique of highlighting the primary key, and then remove the duplicates. So for this, highlight the primary key, farmer's ID, and then come to remove duplicates. Data type, it's okay. This one is okay. This one is okay. This one is okay. True or false. Numeric. And then come to farm. So farm ID. Farm ID is the primary key. So highlight it and then come to remove duplicates. Data type, I think data type is okay. Irrigation type and so forth. Date. Now date, we have the date key, so this one we're going to leave it the way it is. But here you see the date is not in the right date format. So you'll have to come and change it to data type. Yes, so come to replace current. Yes, so you see, so this is our data type. So we've changed it from the previous to now it's in the data type format. And then day, this one is numeric month number. So we can double click and then let's call this one month number. Yeah, and then month name, one is okay. Quarter is okay. So for quarter, we're going to use a prefix where we're going to use Q. For example, Q. For example, we don't want to just have one. We want to have something like Q1. So highlight and then come to transform and then format add prefix. So prefix, so it's Q. So we're going to have Q1, Q, yeah. So we have to see Q1 up to Q, I think Q4 quarter. Yeah, this one is okay. Week number, week of year, this one is okay. Data type of day, day of week, is weekend, season, and data type. So that one is okay. Come to crop ID, crop table. So crop ID is our primary key. So right click, remove duplicates, data type, they're okay. They're okay, all of them. And then come to buyer ID is the primary key. You remove duplicates and then buyer name. Here you can see these are the buyer name and then buyer type, the region ID, and so on. So after we've done all the transformation in Power Query, we will now come to home, come to close and apply. Yeah, so let's allow the table to load into the Power BI, into the Power BI desktop. Yes, so our table are now in the Power BI desktop. So now after doing the transformation, so that's step two. Step one, we have loaded the data into Power BI. That's step one. Step two, we've gone to Power Query and we've done all the transformation. Step three now is to now to build the relationship or connection between this table, the dimensional table and the facts table. So we shall going to build a dimensional model. So we can either build a star schema data model or snowflake schema data model. So let's build the model. So come to model view and then, so let me click there. So here we will going to connect the facts table and the dimensional table. So let me just pick all the facts table. I pick them and put them at the center. Yes, so let's bring the yes, so let's bring these dimension tables. So for example, so is there a way we can put it here? Yes. Time, region, trace time. Time create quality. Oh, whoa. So I want to put this below this. Time, region, time, coordinates. So these are three. So these are three. Oh, let on here. Let's just let it just remain here. And then dime farmer, let it come close. Dime farm, let it come also close. And then oh, time date, time date, time date. Let's come here. This one, let it come here. And dime buyer. Okay, let it come here, and dime date, let it stay here. So here we have. So we here we're going to explore each and every dimensional table. We are going to connect each and every dimensional table with a facts table. So let's identify the primary key in. So primary key is found in the dimensional table, while foreign key is found in the facts table. So let's start with identifying the primary key in so let's bring the time farmer here and this teach farm here. Is there anyone left here? Yeah, let it stand here. So let's start with the warehouse. So warehouse, let's identify the primary key of warehouse. So the primary key of warehouse is, I think, warehouse ID. Yeah, warehouse ID. So we shall going to look warehouse ID among these facts table. So let's start looking warehouse ID from this. From this here, we don't have warehouse ID here. Yeah, here we have warehouse ID. So you will bring the warehouse ID here. Warehouse ID. Warehouse ID. Yeah, so we've connected the warehouse ID from the fact cells and the warehouse ID from the dimensional table. So basically, Power BI has already created the relationship because you can see the column name. They're having the same name, warehouse ID and warehouse ID. So that one is okay. Let's also check warehouse ID in this. So we have warehouse ID. So join. Yeah, warehouse ID. Relationship already created. Come to this. Yeah, we can see it has a warehouse ID here. We are joining the warehouse ID. Yes, so the relationship is already created. So let's also try to see this one. Warehouse ID, does it have? No. So we are done with the dimensional table, warehouse ID, warehouse dimensional table, and we've connected it with the, let's say, relevant facts table having the foreign key. The foreign key to connect it with the primary key in the dime warehouse. And then now let's go to another another dimensional table here. We have region. So let's move this. So here we have region. So region ID is the primary key because we expect each and every region to have its unique region ID. So region here, we're going to look for the region. Let's move it. Yes, so there's no region here. Here, do we have region? Or do we have any region? No, we don't have region here. We don't have region. We don't have region here. Do we have any region? No, so there we don't have any region. Mhm. Okay. Now let's go to grade quality. So grade ID here. Do we have any grade ID? Grade quality. Yeah, we don't have here. We do we have any grade ID? Yeah, we don't have grade quality grade ID. It's here. Yes, we don't have time to. And then here, do we have any grade quality? Do we know? No, we don't have. So we are done with the grade quality. Now let's go to farmer ID. Farmer ID is the farmer ID is the primary key here. So let's see it. If no, we don't have farmer ID. Yeah, it's here. Farmer ID. Yeah, so farmer ID. Do we have any farmer ID here? No, what about here? Yeah, farm ID is there. Farm ID and farm ID. No, farm ID and farmer. No, that one is not farmer ID. Yeah, so we only have this farm ID. Farmer ID. Yeah. Here on this side. Yeah, and then farm ID here. So let's bring the one that we've not done yet. So since we have already built this, we have already created the relationship. We can now decide to take them far away. Bring the other one. So we have not done with the farm. We have not done with buyer. So we bring buyer near the facts table. So bring buyer near the facts table. Yeah, buyer. Also bring dime debt. Yeah, the facts table, dine debt. Uh, so we've done warehouse, the warehouse, and also we've done region. So let's put them away. And also we have worked on farmer. Farmer. We have also worked, so farm ID. I think this one not yet, and also dime crop. So bread farm, we have already connected it with the, yeah. So hope, so we've done the time warehouse, we've done the region, we've done the farmer. Um, Great quality. We also done crop ID. So come to now. Let's now continue connecting. So let's start with the buyer. So buyer ID is the primary key. So let's look for the buyer ID in the foreign. I mean, in this facts table, buyer. So this one doesn't have a buyer ID. So this one has buyer ID and buyer ID already a relationship. Buyer ID on this other side. Great, great. Mhm. What about this? Does it have buyer ID? No, so bring buyer ID to. Now let's come to date. So date we have date key. So is there a date key for this? Yeah, date key here. We can, so for date we can either decide to use the date key or the date column. Yeah, so cancel that. And date key here is also found in, so come to drag it to here, date key, and also date key here. Yeah, so date key here also. Yes, so we are done with the date key, and then come to this farm ID. Farm ID, here is this farm ID. Do we have farm ID? Farm ID now. Farm ID, farm. Farm ID now. Farm. Now, so we are done with the farm dime table, and then we have crop crop ID. Crop ID is the primary key. So come to crop ID. Yeah. So come to crop ID. Yeah, it's here. Yeah, relationship already built. Crop ID on this. Yeah, it's here. So we have the relationship already. Crop ID is there. Yeah, so I think we are done with. I see a very weird relationship here. Uh, what is this? What are we connecting? So. Mhm. Is it connected with region ID and okay. No, this one we're supposed to buy and just delete the relationship. Oh. So we are done building the relationship between the fact table and the dimensional table. So come to report view. So let's now, so dime buyer. So all my measures or all my measures, I'm going to put them on buyer. So come to buyer here, and then right click and then new measures. So we are building a new measure for, we are starting with the total revenue. So let's done total revenue. So total revenue, this basically would be more of like some so facts. I think it's found in fact cells, yeah, fact cells total revenue. Hit and then you, so that's total revenue. Let me just call it grand total revenue. Total revenue. Yeah, and then so come also to the buyer. Buyer, right click, new measure. I want to find measures for transport cost, total transport cost. So let's call it grand total transport cost equals to this one is also sum. So we're just summing up the column for transport costs. Transport cost is found in, I think, cells. Facts. Cells. Factor cells. Transport cost. Yeah. And then here you'll close the bracket and then you'll enter. Yeah, so we have grand total cost. Also, you will right click here, come to new measure. New measure, and then we're also going to work on procurement cost. Total procurement costs. So procurement cost is found in which region? Procurement cost is found in procurement table, facts procurement table. So just sum up facts procurement cost. Is it procurement cost? Yeah, procurement cost. It has some fact costs. Total paid. So this is the procurement cost, and then you click on enter, and then you click on Yeah, and then to find the gross margin, of the profit gross margin. So that one we're going to get it by click on buyer, right click, new measure, gross margin. So gross margin gross margin equals to, so this we shall going to subtract the total revenue with the total transport and procurement. So just say total now grant, so this one is grant total revenue, we subtract it with, let's put a bracket, procurement cost plus the total, the grant transport cost, and then we put into bracket. So this one will give you the gross margin. That's the gross margin, and then we can also calculate the gross margin percentage. So come to measure and then gross margin percentage. Where is it? Yeah, it's here. So gross margin percentage, we shall going to divide the gross margin with the total revenue. So I think that one is okay. So just divide the gross margin, and then we divide it with the total revenue. Now grant total revenue. And then we close the bracket and then we click enter. And then we also activate the percentage sign. Yes, so after this also we're going to also calculate the total procurement volume. So we are basically calculating the total amount of produce, or the total number of units procured. So if it's 2 banana, 4 avocado, so 2 + 4 + 5, let's say cashew nuts. So 2 + 4 + 5, so all those quantity, the total number of quantity of those produce is what we're going to now calculate. So on this one we're going to call it total procurement volume, which is equal to total procurement volume, which is equal to, this is just the sum of the procurement quantity. So just click on that procurement quantity. It's facts procurement quantity. Where is it? Yeah, this one here. And then you click on enter, and then click also enter, and then we're also going to find the active farmers. This is basically, we are also going to find the total farmers. So come to buyer, measure, and then shall going to say active farmers equals to so this, now we shall going to count in the number of farmers, the number of active farmers. So we shall going to count the number of farmers ID in the procurement facts table, because we want to, there's a table for farmers, but some of these farmers, they are not active. So we want to only count the farmers that are making some transaction. So that's where you will going to find this transaction of this farmer in procurement table. So for us to filter the farmers without any duplicates, we shall going to use a function. It's called distinct distinct count. So we are counting the fact. We are not counting from the dimensional. We are counting from the fact. Procurement farmers ID. Yeah, farmer ID, and then we click on enter. After that, we shall also going to also we shall going to calculate the total wastage. So total wastage is basically, for example, the number of produce that was taken from the, let's say, from the farmers and the warehouses. So let's say, for example, 20 products were taken from the farmers and were put into the warehouses. But the warehouses, we had 2 or 4 or 5 of those produce that were let's say were damaged. So we shall going to now calculate the total number of these damaged produce. So come to new buyer, right click, new measure. Uh, yes, so let's calculate the total wastage. Since we are counting the quantity, let's put it kg equals to this is some of the wasted some of the wasted product some of the quantity wasted. So we are getting the wasted data from the fact inventory wastage, yeah, and then we click on enter. So this is the total wastage, and then we want to calculate the total stock in, like the total number of stock that was brought into the warehouses before they go before some of those the numbers of produce go into waste. So let's calculate that also. So that one will help us to come up with something like a wastage percentage. So come to new measure, and then so let's total stock total stock in. So this one will put it into also kgs. So this one is some fact inventory stock in kg, and then we close the bracket and then we click enter. Yeah, and then I think from this we can also calculate the wastage percentage. So continue measure. Yeah, let's calculate wastage percentage. So this one we shall going to simply divide the total wastage with the total stocking, the number of produce brought into the warehouse, and the number of damaged produce from the warehouses, in the warehouses. So we divide we divide total wastage from total stocking. Yeah, so after this, just close the bracket, and then we also put it into percentage, and then we click enter. Click enter. Yeah, so mhm. So after this now, I think these KPIs, they are very okay for us to come up with a executive dash. So for this project, you will be required to build different dashboards. Procurement, specifically for, so here we had three problems. We had no. So here we had these three departments. So we can decide to build a project for procurement. I mean, a dashboard for procurement. Can decide to build a dashboard for warehouses to track the, let's say, performance of the warehouses. Also, we can decide to build a dashboard specifically for sales, where you can track the buyers' orders, the revenue, the logistics cost, and so forth. But for us, we will only going to build an executive dashboard. So let's just build an executive dashboard, and then you will build the the dashboard for procurement, warehouse, and sales if you have the time. But for now, let's just build the one for executive. So executive dashboard is very straightforward. It needs to give straightforward insights to the management, because most of them, they do not have time to start exploring the dashboard. So the charts or the visual, they need to be very straightforward. If it's, for example, the total number of active farmers is something they can directly see. So let's now start building the executive dashboard. So for title, just come to text box, and then expand this to 28. Let's remove this. Head 28, and then now let's executive let's say agribusiness. Was it AgriLink? Let's go back to the name of the company. It was AgriLink. Yeah, AgriLink Kenya dashboard. Yeah, AgriLink Kenya dashboard. So you can stretch this one to somewhere there, and then put it here. Yeah, put it at the center, make it bold. Uh, yeah, it's supposed to be executive, yeah, not executive. And then make them bold. This one, make them bold. Maybe you change it to bluish. And then you come to effects here, uh, activate border, activate shadow, sorry. And then, so let's activate it to something like this. Yeah, so we have our title here. Now let's build the KPIs, the key performance indicators. Click on card, come to that. And then, so we are starting with the total ground, uh, total ground, so ground, it's called ground total revenue. Yeah, ground total revenue, ground total revenue. So let's allow it so total revenue. So let's stretch it a little bit, make it that way. Come to format, call out value, make it bold, increase, and then maybe change this one to this one, and then come to label, and then come to done total revenue. Let's make it also dark. Let's change the value to blue. Uh, yeah, let's make them that. And then come to general, come to effects, come to also shadow. We shall also going to use shadow the same way like the one for title. Yeah, so this is our first KPI. So the other KPIs you shall only going to use copy and paste technique. Before that, let's come to the labels and make them bold. Yeah, so after that, now just copy, paste, and then we shall going to use the one for now. So this is grand total revenue. Now let's also use gross margin, for example, gross margin, gross margin, gross margin. What was the formula for gross margin? Okay. Okay, let's save this. We remove this. Oh, no. Let's put minus here. Yeah, gross margin. So this is the gross margin. So that means the company is not really making profit. It makes losses of 120 something percent. Very, 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 very sad. Gross margin percentage with the total revenue. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, let's go to the other one. Copy paste, and then we're also going to calculate we're also going to KPI the total revenue volume, total procurement volume. So total procurement volume, it's here. So just take that one. So this is the total procurement volume. Also copy paste and bring it. Let's just put it here. Yes. So also let's do wastage. Now let's do wastage. Yeah, let's do wastage. So and take this and you do the wastage percentage. So do percentage here. Yeah, so we have reduced the number of to or let's reduce them to 0%. Yeah. So copy paste. Mm, copy paste. Yeah, and then also we are going to also show the KPI for the total active farmers. So these are basically the total active farmers. So copy paste, and then we can also decide to show mhm, the stocking. mm, let's show the total wastage, but I'm taking the farm and then we show the total wastage. So bring this one near the wastage. Let's put it here. Yeah, so these are some of the KPIs that the management can be able to see, and of course can take action about the how can see how the company is performing. Um, yeah. So after this, let's now build the slicers. So click on this, bring it. So slicers, just bring it here. Uh, so slice, we can decide to use filter based on buyer. So come to here. Um, now come to slicer setting, make it drop down, and then currently, so let's make the background bluish. To the effects background is can we make it, let's make it this way. Yes, so buyer's name. So if you want, for example, one for career 4, performance of career 4, you want to see performance of city and so forth. Yeah, also copy paste copy paste this. Make sure copy paste and then bring maybe something else. Maybe we can decide to also filter based on let's say month name. So if you want to see the April performance, August performance, so on. So let's stretch this maybe. Mhm. Yeah, so that one is, I think that one is okay, but also you can decide to add other filters. Also, we can come up with a a line chart where it will show us the revenue and the procurement cost by month. So let's bring it here. Let's just put it here. Uh, oh, oh, no. And then, so we are tracking the revenue and the procurement cost. So where's the total revenue? Total ground revenue. Yeah, and there's procurement cost. Where's the total procurement cost? Total procurement cost. And we are tracking this based on month. Where's the date? Based on month name. Yes, here we have month name. What if we use bar chart? Let's activate. Let's come to general. Let's come to mhm, activate labels. Uh-huh. No, we are supposed to. No, it was. Where is it? Uh, it was supposed to be. Where is the procurement? This is total revenue. Procurement cost, not volume. Oh yeah, but we were using a line chart. So yeah, so this is the line chart. Line chart. Yes, so let's just put. Oh, let's just put it here. And then let's do. Mhm. Let's do some editing here. Where so first of all, let's make this be in systematic. So let's sort the month from January to December. So just come to that, come to month name, month name, and then come to sort by column, and then we sort by month number. And then bring it to sort axis, and then we sort by month name. Also, we sort it from descending to ascending. We sort it from descending and from ascending. Yeah, and then so let's remove x-axis. We remove the month name. It's of no use, so we deactivate the title. Also the value, let's make the value bold, dark black. Let's make them bold. Yeah, and then also we're going to remove these titles for y-axis. So bring title. Yeah, even the values also we're going to remove them because we already have the labels. So remove the values, and then let's make our title at the center. Title at the center. Yeah, and we make it bold. Make these two. Yeah, yeah, mhm. And then we come to here. No, come to uh, general. Come to effects. Come to effects. Where is the shadow? Yeah, shadow. Make the one like the one for title. So we have our line charts, and then we can also build a bar chart showing the procurement and showing the reason, showing the procurement volume by region. So for that, just copy paste this, and then bring it here. So yes, just stretch it a little bit, and we're using bar charts, bar charts, but for this we are using procurement volume by procurement volume with the by region. So procurement volume with the procurement volume, this one. Yeah, procurement by region. Where's the region ID? Where's the region region name? No, where is the region? Expand it to region name. Yes, so you can see here each and every region it has been. You can see Kisumu has the higher, is the one having the high amount of produce, followed by Meru, and the last one is Nairobi. Yeah, and then after this, I think we can come up with the gross margin by crop, for example. So let's also build the same. Let's just use the same bar chart. Copy, paste, copy, and bring it here. So stretch it, stretch this one also. Oh, make it this Yeah, and then so this one we are tracking the gross margin by crop. So come to just remove this crop. Where's crop? Do we have table for crop, specifically for crop? Yeah. So crop name, and then we're calculating gross margin here. Where's the gross margin? Yeah. Now let's remove this. So crop, where's the crop? No. Margin of the crop, we only have maize that the rest they made a loss. So these are losses of different crops in terms of the gross margin. Yeah, so only maize is the one that is making a profit. So now we can use this dash to come up with the insights. And from the insights we can get the recommendation. So code dashboard, executive dashboard, executive executive dashboard. So after the dashboard you come up with the other dashboard, for example procurement dashboard, procurement procurement let's say dashboard, and then you can also decide to come up with the sales dashboard. Let's say sales dashboard. So after you build the executive dashboard, the procurement dashboard, and sales dashboard, and also you can decide to come up with any dashboard that you feel like is very relevant to this project. After that, after you've built the dashboard, you will now create your insights here in insights. Insights. So you write your insights just the same way that you've written your title. So all your insights, you will just type them within this. So for example, maybe sales insights. Insights. So you will type them here. So type them, for example, if you got insights from sales, so you just write them something like that. You can expand it, and then after writing you can decide to make them bold. I mean to increase theirs, something like that. Yeah. So this is for insights. So let's just write insights there. And then after that, from these insights now you can come up with a recommendation. So just write recommendation. Recommendations. Recommendation, also you will just type the recommendation here by coming to text box and then increase the font to recommendation, and then you type the recommendation, the first one to, and then you will just type the recommendation. So you can decide to increase this here. So the management now can use your recommendation to build, to make better decision. So I think this one is very clear. This one is very clear. You can come up with insights from this and you provide the recommendations and management now can take action. So I think this one is very clear. So after you've built your project, make sure so you don't forget to save so that you don't lose the work you've done. So to that, come to save. So let's call this one AgriLink. AgriLink. AgriLink project. Let's call it dashboard. And then so for my I'll save them on the downloads. So after that, click save. So you will see, yeah. So we'll save it at 8:45 p.m. So I think this one is very straightforward. And so let's, so make sure you do the insights, you, and then you write the insights, and then you write the, and then this one will help the management come up with the decision making. Yeah, so this one is very okay.